What's going on, everybody? Rob here, Trev2323. Just did my video on my snake tank. Now I'm gonna shoot a little something on this tank. Look at this monstrosity. Oh my god, everybody's gonna be hating on me right now. This is the crayfish tank. Look at those two crayfish sitting on top of each other. That's pretty funny. Normally they're fighting. It's an all-female species crayfish. We put the plants in there, the fake plants, for all the little mosquito fish, for them to have their babies, and they did have tons of babies. But the crayfish, see, there's another little baby mosquito fish right there. You see him? He's underneath there. See the baby mosquito fish right there? That's a baby mosquito fish hiding in there. That's why we put him in there. So there are still having babies left and right. There's a medium-sized juvenile, but there's another baby right there. See? But here's a baby crayfish in there. What happened was, since I've been working so much, I haven't really had a chance to maintain this tank. So my wife got on me about the tank. This right here actually only has this light. Now this is a $7 LED light, a fish tank light I bought. And that's what is creating that catastrophe. That's the cheapy one. Actually, that light was more than that one. That light was 10 or 15 bucks, and that was $7. But that uses 10 watts, and that uses 5 watts. But if you keep up with your tank, like it says, I know I neglected this one. This is what happens to it. But also, look at this. This is just a rechargeable Ozark trail light that I put in the feeding hole for that light. So you can see it, because that's what it looks like normally. That's how it is today. So let me start cleaning this tank off right here. I got a Python water changer. We're going to use that, and we're going to use one of these scrubby thingies to scrub out the tank. I have 5 fish tanks, and 1 snake tank. So these are an awesome investment if you are a fish tank lover or got a lot of fish tanks. This is a Python where I just leave the piece attached in my basement sink that this just screws onto. And you could drain your tank and fill your tank with the same hose. These are my tilapia right here. That one used to be the biggest one. Now he is no longer the biggest one. That one's bigger than him. And that one's bigger than him. I think there's 3 males so far in that tank. But anyways, let's go back over here. So this right here is, I can't remember. I gotta remember and shut that off. This is just a basement sink. And this screws on. We leave that brass piece on. It comes with the Python. And with this open, that's open right there. And then you push up and turn it, that's closed. When it's closed, it'll put water into the tank. When it's open, it brings water from the tank. So what I'm going to do before I start siphoning water out of that tank, I'm just getting this ready, is I'm going to take off the tops of it. And I'm going to scrub it out really good. You could either use just one of these or a green monster, one of the little scrubby things, but it does come off pretty good. See, it's clear already. That's how it was, and then you just scrub it off, and it comes off pretty good. So I'm going to do that to the whole tank. Then we're going to put the Python on. My wife did ask me if I could fluff up the plants some, because the dang crayfish all took over the plants, and they're all laying on the ground now. They don't even look like plants. Alright, I got the plant standing up as best I could. Nothing I can really do about that because the big crayfish grab onto them. I'm going to try to dig them back into the ground, though. That I can do. Man, there's tons of crayfish underneath them. What I'm trying to do is mix up a lot of the stuff from the bottom, a lot of the dirt and feces from the bottom. Try to mix the sand up so it'll float to the top. But with sand, you know, the tanks don't, like if you had a gravel tank and you mix it up really good, you know the gravel, all the stuff will float in the water. Well, it's really not like that with this tank. It's like you can mix it up as much as you want, but the stuff isn't going to float in the water. So what I'm trying to do is get stuff to float in the water. What I should do is cover it. So I am going to, this is the thinnest mesh that I got. So I'm going to cover it with that so I don't suck up any fish. How about that? Then I'll put it inside of here. I know my wife just fed him, but this tank is pretty bad. So all you do is turn on the water. That's cold water. And it's going to start sucking the water out of the tank. And just let it, see? Say hi, guys. And it's just going to drain the water as much as you want to drain it. But then you got to set the water temperature back to where it's supposed to be at. All I'm doing is draining this nasty tank water now. And then we're going to fill it back up with the same thing. But look at all the crayfish running around. I'm going to see if I get a light in here so you can see the crayfish. It's easier, I put the light at the top. There's some fish back there too. This is like a whole ecological thing. The only thing is I cannot have live plants in here because the crayfish will eat the live plants. Also, one thing you're supposed to do when you're draining your tank is unplug your heater so you don't break your heater. You unplug your heater now, and then when you turn your tank back on, after you fill it all up, you let it sit there for a little bit, then you turn your heater on because you could break your heater. But I didn't do that. Look, it's getting close draining on there. All the crayfish are in there. They're hiding. Going deeper. See the crayfish? And these plants were for the fish, but the crayfish just took over. Crayfish are dirty, dirty, dirty. That's, look at how the color of the sand. That's actually, that blackness is sand. Oh, I see some spaces I missed on the tank. Yep, I gotta see that. Right there, I gotta clean that. Alright, so I figured I was draining the tank all the way anyway, so I did unplug the heater after all. And I'm going to take it off and scrub down behind it. I'm this far down anyways. I might as well just keep going and try to get this water cleared. And that's at 74 degrees. Alright, that's about low as I'm going to get it for right now. That's where it's at right here in the tank. But I'm going to take this out right here and let this drain all the way. Because now I got to go try to fill with my hand the temperature between this tank and that tank and get it to 74 degrees. So, but if you leave that in the water, you're not going to get the right temperature because it's still going to be pulling water from the tank along with this right here. Now this is the water. You got to put some hot on, and then you got to try to match this with the temperature in the tank. And then when you feel it's cold shutting off. When you feel you got this matched with the temperature in the tank, you push this up. And you push this up. Oh, I gotta make sure that's in the tank. I don't want water all over the place. Before you push it up, make sure that's in the tank. Alright, nope. See, I would have got water all over the place. It wasn't in the tank. Make sure that's in the tank. And then you can push that up. Then you can push this up right here. Maybe not with the camera, LOL. And there you go. Now that's going into the tank. This is so much easier when you're not shooting video. See? So now I just fill this coming out of here with this in here. With this in here, and it's a little bit too hot, so I'm going to level it off, and then I'm going to go ahead and fill it up. Alright, it's all full, but one thing you have to remember is this is still connected to the sink, and there's still water in this. So you actually have to kind of walk this backwards to make sure everything drains. Lift this up higher. Lift the hose up higher so everything drains backward into the sink. And there you are, Bob's your uncle. You know what I did actually? See all the bubbles in there? I had one of those little fans, like those underwater fans. And to try to get these more movement in these, I actually put that in there. So that's a fan right there that's blowing, and it's actually blowing the bubbles. When the bubbles hit it, it's making them into more bubbles. So I was just actually trying to get that to move. But look at the baby fish. See how tiny that fish is? Water's crystal clear. You do see some lines that I missed. I'm sorry. Maybe next time. But believe it or not, this was all sand color when I first put that in there. It was all sand color, and the crayfish are just so dirty. So I do see some stuff moving around with this back here. So it is getting all the way back here. So I don't know if it's going to aid the fish or not. But for them not to be hit by that, I guess they would have to come back down over here. That's causing a lot of commotion in the water. See, a lot of fish are in this corner right here. Look at all the way down here. Man, tons of fish are down here. There's another baby right there. Well, I'm going to leave that. We'll see how they do. If I miss you fish tomorrow, I'll let you know, but they seem to be doing okay in it. The tank looks 10 times better than what I showed you. And like I said, this is just my Ozark Trail light. That's normally how the tank is. This is my Ozark Trail light that I just put in the top feeding hole for you to see. But I try to keep it darker over here for the babies to But man, there's tons of fish. Look at all the fish. Alright, either way, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and share. Probably tomorrow or the next day we're going to come clean this tank out right here. This is the tilapia tank right here. That's the big guy. I think it's his tank. It used to be his tank, but I think it's his tank now. Believe it or not, I got some tilapia males that I'd be willing to give away, so I got to figure out how I'm going to get rid of some tilapia males. I think I have 2 tilapia males in here I want to get rid of. Not sure yet. Thinking about it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.